Austin, can you come up here, please? I'll go up on stage. Yeah, come on. So I met Austin last summer. He joined our Jeremy Kent invited him to, it was a Body Beast workout. And there were a couple times that he would show up late. I'm like, man, why is this dude showing up late? And then I felt like a total jerk because then I found out what he was actually battling. And what he was battling is something that the majority of people would just sink from. All right? But he rose to the top, and he didn't just rise to the top, he just kicked it in his teeth, and then he bothered taking the name. All right, so Austin, you tell him what you went through, and then you said you also used P90X while you were at St. Jude going through cancer treatments, correct? So, what was your excuse for not getting your workout done?
Of all the stories to follow up, I have to follow yours. Okay, so I have never really been comfortable with failure. It's something that I've never really been good at. That's not to say that I don't know how to fail. It's not to say that I've never failed. It's just that I've never really been comfortable with it. My dad had this philosophy, this ideology that if I tried everything a little bit, whether it was academics or athletics, if I just tried everything just a little bit, then I might not be that great at anything, but I wouldn't fail completely at anything. And that was my ideology, my philosophy. He gave that to me, and that was what I lived my life by from the time I was born all the way till about 3 years ago. I got P90X, and even through that, I could never commit myself fully to P90X. I just couldn't take the time. I didn't want to dedicate every day time to do it, and I kept doing that. And the only time this actually changed was last summer when I joined Jeremy doing Body Beast here at West. They really inspired me to come and get up and come out here every morning. And I really began to push myself, push my limits, and push myself to that point of failure. Push myself every time to the point where I failed. And what I learned because of Beachbody, through Beachbody, was if you push yourself to failure every time, then you push that failure bar and you keep going further and further until finally you don't fail and then you succeed. What I never really told Jeremy and Rumps was that halfway through, I would have to stop to vomit. And it was really, really difficult for me to wake up in time for the workouts every morning. I thought I was just lazy, staying up too late, and I thought, I never really had a problem with vomiting during a workout, and I thought the workout was just extremely hard, and I didn't really want to admit it to either of them. But what I found out 3 days before my 18th birthday last year was that wasn't the case at all. That was, those were just signs of a brain tumor. And they found it, and I went through the surgery. The tumor ended up being about the size of a tennis ball. It was on my cerebellum, so the back of the brain. So when I woke up, back of the brain is where balance and coordination are held. And I was completely cross-eyed and paralyzed on my left side. And to this day, I still have left-sided weakness. Now, on my 18th birthday, my plan was to, because of Jeremy and Rumps, become a Beachbody coach. Didn't really make that considering that I was asleep all of my 18th birthday. 2 weeks later, I went to St. Jude Children's Hospital, and I spent about 2.5 months there going through radiation treatments. And every morning, I just set it in my mind that I was going to wake up, and before I went to the hospital, I was going to do a sit-up routine and push-ups. I wanted to do as much as I could, despite what I was going through, just to give it up my all, to push myself to that point of failure every day. No matter what I was going through, all I needed to do was push myself to that point of failure, and by pushing myself to that point, I would then find success. This is the rationale in my own mind. I went home for a short break, and then after I came back for chemotherapy, me and my 69-year-old grandma decided, hey, we're going to try out P90X. During chemo, now at this time I did have a central line, so basically, for those of you that do not know what a permanent central line looks like, it looks something like an audio splitter that was in my chest. And I wasn't actually able to lift more than 5 pounds on my right side. So it was extremely modified, but I was able to do P90X, at least some of the programs, and continue with it. It was very spotty. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was 3 days in between each workout, but I just really did it when I had the energy. I just kept pushing myself through it. And like I keep going back to, I just kept pushing to that point of failure. And even when I failed, the next time I went a little bit further. And so that's what I really learned from Beachbody, is that all you gotta do is push yourself to that point of failure, and then one time, you might not even see it coming, and you'll succeed.
And are you going to be joining us for T25? Awesome. Are you going to join us for T25? Oh yeah. So let me break this down for you guys, okay? It's really pretty simple. It's not a commission, it's a life. Every single person you talk to, Austin, my uncle, me, anybody, it's not just about that commission. It's about the fact that you can step into somebody's life and have a positive influence and a positive effect. So I want to leave you with that, leave you with the fact that I really want you guys to focus on your daily method of operation. What is it? Are you on track? Or are you completely off track with your goals? All right? Are you going to let little things stop you? Or are you going to have something like, cancer knock on your door, and you still find a way to get things done? That choice is all yours. I can't make it for you. Top coaches can't make it for you. You have to make it for yourself. It's not a commission. It's a life that you have the chance to save.